One of two things are going to happen in this episode. Either we're going to take a huge step towards confirming Parma's first ever Serie A title in the final season of this save. Or, possibly, I'm going to find a way to somehow balls it up. Hello there and welcome to episode 6 of season 5, the final season of Let's Go Parma. I'm Stubo. Thank you for joining me in today's episode where, as I've just mentioned, either we're going to take a huge step towards claiming the first ever league title in Parma's history, or we're going to find a way to mess it all up. I don't know which it's going to be. But if that sounds like a great plan to you, please leave a like on the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel as well, so you never miss any lovely FM content from yours truly. Since you were last with me, I think we've done well. I can't remember how we did. So we lost against Liverpool, and then, other than a ridiculous draw against Verona, which I'm still a bit furious about how we did not win this game, because we really should have done. They did equalise in the 92nd minute. We got a bit unlucky there. But other than that, we have been pretty good. We battered Spezia 5-0. That kind of made me feel a little bit better about the Liverpool game. We went out and absolutely shellacked a team, which is always nice. Then struggled to get past Atalanta, but to get past them we did, and we were the better team in that. Just actually putting the ball in the back of the net was a bit of a challenge. And then with a slightly rotated team, in particular in the midfield, we battered Genoa as well. Another 5-0 victory. Esposito getting a couple. Bargi, Thiat and Below all getting goals as well. Very nice indeed. So that leads us to today, where we have got two games against Brescia and Empoli before we have that final stretch of the season. What I'm going to say now is, after this episode, we are going to probably... what I'm going to do some maths to see what the table is looking like. Because at the moment, the table is looking like this. We currently are 8 points clear at the top with a ridiculous goal difference. So it's going to come down to head-to-head or points. Either or. Esposito, by the way, top goal scorer, best player in the league. What a signing that's turned out to be. So, if we still have 8 points, that means we need 3 more wins. So what we'll probably do is we'll skip the Roma game and come back for the AC Milan game, depending on what happens in the Roma game, because obviously things might change. In fact, no, we'll probably just end up doing that anyway. So after this episode, we'll play one game and then come back for AC Milan. And we'll basically keep going until we win games. That's what we're going to do. That is the plan. But the main plan for today is hopefully to win a football match. And that is going to be against Brescia. And this is the 11 we're hopefully going to be using to do just that. It's Dragowski in goal, Soppi, Greenwell, Thiat and Fontan in defence. Monchu, Castrovilli and Coutinho in the midfield with Bargi, Johannesson and Esposito up front. Felipe Coutinho has been fantastic in this centre mid on attack. I can't speak, I'm so excited for this game. He's been exceptional in this role, more so than when he's been a deep line playmaker. So it has meant Don Vito has not had as many appearances. However, let's just have a quick look at Don Vito. He's made 13 appearances, got 6 goals. No assists, which is very unusual compared to last season, but 6 goals. He's only started 6 games. He's got a goal for every start he's had in the league. That is kind of exceptional, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's a shame he hasn't got any assists, but he has been in that attacking midfield role. And I do feel like that attacking midfield is more akin to developing a player's goal-scoring instincts and maybe more useful for them to put the ball in the back of that. I mean, again, Karabek has scored more goals than he has got assists. So, I mean, he's been exceptional all season. So, that is the 11. And hopefully we can absolutely batter Brescia on the way to hopefully maintaining our lead, if not making it bigger. Let's go. I don't know whether it's down to our lack of European football at this point of the season, but the schedule at the moment is really helping us out. We are currently on a stretch of a game a week. I can't speak. I'm so nervous about the idea of absolutely screwing up the end of this season. We're on a run where we've literally got to get one game a week, and the game is struggling a little bit. It's great because I feel like most of the time, especially if you've got a club that's in Europe, towards this end of the season, if you're doing really well, you have so many games. We'd have it with the Coppa Italia if we made it through to the latter stages of that as well. But because we're not in either competition, it's actually giving us a chance to have a game a week, get some proper training in, and also give players proper rest as well. And Seb Esposito does it again. He's 33rd of the season. I mean, he was good for us in those first 2 seasons that we had him in seasons 2 and 3, but my word, has he stepped it up in this season with his goal scoring. He is outscoring arguably the greatest striker in Italian football history in this saves universe oh god, what's his name? Ciro Immobile. I can't believe I forgot his name then. What my words do. But he is outscoring him, who has been an absolutely fantastic player. And as it stands, we would be, what's that, 11 points clear? This would put us 11 points clear, just because AC Milan have not played. So AC Milan still have to play. We're putting the pressure on them. We're playing first. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're in the driver's seat. Monchi's picked up a yellow card here, so we're just going to have a quick chat with him, tell him to calm down a little bit. But yeah, and I do feel like that is helping us out. Most of the players are on a light match workload. Some of them are on a medium one, but most of them are on a light match workload, which is good to see. A little bit of a sharpness issue with some of the players. We do have to be aware of that. For example, we're playing Greenwall today. His sharpness isn't that great. But it's fine. It's absolutely workaroundable, and we are working around it really well. And we just want to see if we can get a second goal here, just to really take control of the tie. Big ball forward, but it's only as far as Fontana on the left-hand side, who's done a good job this season, to be fair. Coutinho's gone for a worldie, and I tell you what, it weren't far away from it. Hits the post, goes out of play. It is a goal kick. 1-0 at half-time isn't the end of the world, but I do feel like we should be scoring more than one against this loss. No offence to them. But to be fair, we are rotated a little bit. Our attack isn't, though, so I can't even use that as an excuse, really. And to be fair, our midfield has got Coutinho in there. It's not exactly a bad thing to have. Oh, Esposito's just completely done the defender there. And all of a sudden, it's his 34th of the season. Johannesson with the assist. We're just a very good football team. And that's my phone going off, apologies. We're just a very good football team. What a ball that is from Johannesson. Coutinho with the pass to him. And then Johannesson just finds Esposito. Vogliaccio does a really bad job at defending it. It's his mistake. And we do lead by 2-0. Going towards half-time. It is probably going to be half-time. I just realised Castrovilli got an assist for the first goal as well. Are we going to get a third? Monchi whips it in, looking for Greenwall. Doesn't find him. Papu Gomez can't get there. Thiat gets there first. And Rooney Bargi goes for a worldie as well. Doesn't quite get it in the back of the net, but it's okay. I'm okay with that as an attempt. And are we going to get any more highlights? Or is we are, no. Monchi going to whip it in again. Going to look for Thiat. Or no, Esposito was there. Doesn't quite get on there. Would have been nice to see an Esposito first half hat-trick. Right, Bargi. Holding the ball up nicely. Looking for Greenwall, of all people, who's running back to the defence. Gets it to Soppy. Soppy looking to drive forward into Monchi. Monchi to Castrovilli. Castrovilli now. Good eye to Esposito, and that has got to be his hat-trick. It is his hat-trick. There's no flag. I did think there might be an offside flag there, but I talked about it would be nice to see Esposito get a first half hat-trick, and what has he gone and done? He's gone and got a first half hat-trick. Lovely stuff. Always a good player. Oh, I'm happy I signed him. I was really concerned in the first few games when he wasn't scoring, he wasn't looking like himself. We tried to play him as a deep line forward because his stats suggest he would be decent at it, but I'm very glad not only that we changed him back to an advanced forward, but also that we changed the system to a 4-3-3 because I actually do think it suits us a little bit better. I don't really know why you're demotivated. We'll say no. I mean, we've demotivated Sebastiano Esposito after he scored a hat-trick. That was probably a bit of a mistake. He's unmotivated. We're going to praise him. That cheered him up. There we go. Tactical genius. Rooney Bargi's had a terrible game, by the way, so we'll probably be ringing him off very soon. But yeah, I was a little bit concerned, and then we managed to kind of sort things out. We managed to get him in, both into that position and into this system. We just seem to be a little bit more defensively stable, but we still have the attacking ump from the midfield, which is good to see. We'll bring Kasper Dolberg on for the rest of the game. We're going to take Coutinho off as well. He's had a decent game. In fact, no, leave Coutinho on because we want to take Bargi off. And we'll bring Jose Maria on too. Jose Maria. It's been a bit up and down, but we have to remember he is a young wonder kid who's just moved to this country. He's not going to be perfect every time, so we have to give him a bit of an allowance for that. That's a woeful free kick from Felipe Coutinho. We expect better things of him. It just wasn't a very good one. Soppy just brings the ball down with absolute ease here, and we are just toying with them at the moment. I mean, Monchu with that little back heel. Oh, I love Monchu. Monchu's great. I mean, anyone who watched my West Ham save at the beginning of my YouTube period on FM22. Maria's got a goal here. Lovely. And Coutinho with a hat-trick. Knows that I really rate Yanis Hadji in this game. I signed him for West Ham. I signed him back in FM21 for Aston Villa on my Twitch save over there. And again, there is a Twitch video or two on this channel about the Villa save, particularly about the Champions League final and the summary of the save as well. he is gone down as one of my favourite players. Monchu is slowly but surely becoming my next favourite FM player. I would say Esposito is up there as well, 100%. Maybe even Thiat. Like, this save has given me a few players who I absolutely would look to sign again in other saves. And it's pretty cool, actually. I'm pretty happy with the way that a lot of them have played. We are going to make a substitution here. I think I'm actually going to bring Marco Cano on for some football. Let's give him some game time. We're going to bring him on. And do you know what? He can do the deep line playmaking role absolutely fine, so we'll do that. I should really bring Don Vito on. Possibly even Karabek, but we'll bring Marco Cano on. We signed him. We might as well give him some football. Let's just see the game out now. 4-0. That'll do. Adding more to our massive goal difference advantage over AC Milan. And it's going to be interesting to see whether they can close that 11-point gap in their game. They probably will. I don't know who they've got. We'll have a look in a moment, actually, and see whether it says on the list of fixtures, if we can work out who their game is against. But we've done really, really well there. So, let's get onto this screen. AC Milan, not playing there. So they're playing on this day where we're not playing, and they're playing Roma. Well, that is a spicy meatball. That is going to be their game in hand. That is a very... Yes, actually, because we're playing on the Friday. They're playing Roma, who are looking for Champions League football. That's not going to be an easy game, and they're playing it. They're playing it at home, so they do have a bit of an advantage. Well, haha. Okay, that's going to be fun. That was a really good performance from us, though. Puts us in the driving seat. So we've got Empoli in 9 days. Let's get to that game, and let's see whether we can do the same again. We are back for that game against Empoli, and this is going to be the 11 we are going to hopefully be using to defeat them. It's Dragowski in goal, Sarpi, Mukiele, Thiat and Cambiasso in defence, Monchu, Castrovilli and Karabek in the midfield, with Baggio and Johannesson supporting Esposito up front. AC Milan won their game against Roma, which means we still have an 8-point gap, so good results again are the crucial thing that we get. So hopefully we can get 3 points against Empoli and keep the pressure up on AC Milan. That is the hope. Let's see whether we can. Let's go. We're in good form, we're well rested, and we're starting with the highlight, oddly, but we are in the best possible position that I think we could be. Again, I talked about in the last episode, in the last game, in fact, the fact that we're only having a match a week at the moment is such a blessing that we don't normally get. At least we haven't done in the last couple of seasons, because we've gone a bit deeper into European competition and in our domestic cup competitions as well. I don't quite like how Empoli are playing at the moment, though, because at the moment they're having everything their own way from the kick-off, and I don't much care for it. If we can get the ball off of them, boys, I would very much appreciate it. Or we can just let them get in early and have a chance, and Dragowski makes a save and Cambiasso makes the clearance. That isn't ideal. I don't know where Empoli are in the table. In 11th, I mean, we're away from home, but we should be having something to say about this game. Absolutely. Let's get out there and let's do a little bit more, boys, shall we? Come on. I want to encourage. I'm going to leave it until the 20-minute mark. I never do it any earlier than that, or I try not to, because it just feels like it doesn't have much of an effect, because we haven't really given the team much of a chance to do anything. They are all over us at the moment, and I am not here for it at all. It's whipped in. Brunetta, of all people, remember him from the first season or two? My word, I certainly do. Not the best in the world, and he's gone and scored against us. Well, we're demanding more straight away. The fact that I was about to slag him off and he goes and puts the ball in the back of the net against us is not ideal, and that is very disappointing. Right, first thing we're doing, lines going forward. We're definitely doing that. We're going to press them a little bit more as well. That is very disappointing. In fact, you know what? We're going to go narrow as well. And I'm even tempted to go attacking. In fact, we're going to do it. Let's just do everything. I am not happy with the fact that we've conceded so early on. I mean, we've still got that buffer, which means that if we do lose a game, it isn't the end of the world, but I don't really want us to have to rely on other results. I want us to have it in our hands still, and I don't like the way that we're playing at the moment. We're letting Brunetta in again here. Right, are we doing anything to Brunetta? Are we trying to mark him or anything like that? Because I'm very concerned with what we're allowing him to do at the moment. Right, we're doing that. We're going to go in hard on him and press him as well. We're going to just make sure that he just doesn't have the time to work. I'm very disappointed with how we've started so far. Very disappointed indeed. I don't really understands why they're doing as well as they are. I mean, to be fair, that 4-3-1-2 formation can be deadly at times, so I do understand it to a degree, but it's a bit frustrating because we know we're so much better than what we've shown in these first 20 minutes. So let's get on with it, shall we, boys? Let's get an equaliser. Monchu whips it in. Thiat is there. Thank you, Thiat. Arthur Thiat gets the equaliser. Twice this season we thought we might be losing him. Once at the beginning and then again in January to Manchester City and Bayern Munich respectively. I think keeping him is such a vital thing. And it's a huge moment for the vice-captain. Remember, he is our vice-captain this season. It's a huge moment for him to get us back level on this game. And hopefully we can push on now. And we have got a throw in. Cambiasso gets to Karabekh. Back to Cambiasso. Looking for options. Gets back to Karabekh. A lovely little play between the two of them. Keeping possession. Cambiasso looking for options. Whips in. Looking for Karabekh. Can't quite find him. But now Empoli are on the counter-attack. And they're taking their time. They're doing everything right. But Monchu does really well there. The captain wanting something to say about it as well. Gets it to Soppi. Soppi to Mukiele. Mukiele back to Soppi. Castrovilli now into Rooney Bargi. Back to Soppi. Soppi looking for options. Gets it down the line to Rooney Bargi, who's going to try and cut back in and cross it. Possibly get it into Castrovilli instead. Castrovilli goes down in the box. Nothing given. Doesn't. Oh, I was about to say it doesn't matter because I thought we were about to score. We do not score. And Empoli now back on the counter-attack. We have got bodies back. They're not flooding forward though. And the highlight does end. And we start with a throw in our half again. My word, what a match this has been so far. Oh my word. I'll be honest with you, I saw Empoli and I thought, we'll get a 2-0 win, 3-0 win, something like that. Credit to them, they've started really well, but we are starting to show some life as well. We've just gone ultra aggressive, and maybe that's just what we needed to do in this game. Soppi with the deep cross, does not find anyone, but we do get the rebound. Cambiasso now, looking for options, gets to Johannesson. Johannesson's having a good game, actually. About to say I'd like to see a good performance from him. Having one so far. Gets it to Cambiasso, looking for options. Goes to Monchu in the midfield. Monchu loses the ball. The captain not really paying attention there. He's tracking back, trying to get the ball back. He ended up giving up because they've run into the defence. But Brunetta's in again. Brunetta causing all sorts of problems at the moment. And I don't really understand quite why Brunetta is such a problem, to be honest with you. And all of a sudden, Empoli are 2-1 ahead, and I'm furious about it. I'm not watching that again. Right, what do we do about Brunetta? Because he is starting to really frustrate me. He is not this good. He's really not this good. We are going to be actually marking him, and I know exactly who's going to mark him. It is going to be Monchu. Monchu can deal with him. He's the one who caused the problem there. Let's make sure that he's dealing with him. Might be a bit of a risky thing to do, but I don't like the idea that Brunetta, our former player, is costing us a little bit. I mean, it makes a little bit of drama for the end of the season, but oh my word, I could do without it. I could definitely do without it. Brunetta in again, looking for a hat-trick of all things. I mean, I don't understand why we are struggling so much against this Empoli side. They're a mid-table team. We have battered teams like this all season. Esposito now looking for an equaliser, and Morales makes the save, and it is going to be a corner to us. We scored our first goal from a corner, remember? It was a Monchu to Thiat combination. It's going to be Monchu to Mukiele this time, and somehow the goalkeeper fumbles it a bit, but it stays out, and we are still behind by a goal, and we need to do something about it. Right, Mukiele, who hasn't had a good game so far at the moment, neither has Soppi. Neither has Karabekh, neither has Esposito. A lot of our big attacking options actually have not turned up today, which is very frustrating. It's whipped in, Karabekh is there, and all of a sudden, Karabekh has pulled it back. It's 2-2. We've brought it back again, and what a ridiculous game this is. Soppi down the line, runs all the way down, waits for the right moment, whips it in. Karabekh is the one who runs in, the central midfielder on attack, makes it 2-2. I think we're going to go in level. Just one more highlight. It's their goalkeeper. Launches it forward. Thiat wins the header, but he only heads it down to Carly. But Karabekh nicks the ball back. And we do have possession again. Right, Dragowski launches it forward looking for Esposito. Esposito actually does the defender there. He does the defender again. And Esposito has a chance to put us ahead just before half-time. And what a huge momentum swing that would have been. But it is level at half-time. I'm telling them I'm far from happy. I'm telling the defence that they've been poor. Not happy with the playmaking efforts. Furious with the finishing. We need to step things up in this second half, boys. And I don't know whether we make any changes, actually, because it really wasn't a good first half from us in a defensive sense. It really was not. We need to be better. Hopefully, we are going to be better. I think since we've made the changes, we've looked a little bit better. We're going to be a bit more expressive, actually. Let's just try and play our way. Let's just try and make them play us a little bit more at the moment, because at the moment we're being very reactive. I'd rather us be a little bit more proactive in this half, if I'm being completely honest. Let's see if we can do that. We're going to demand more from the boys. Let's just see if we can get the first strike in this half, because I feel like there's definitely more goals in this game so far. definitely more goals. AC Milan, I don't know if they're playing at the same time as us, but I've seen 34 games played on the table, which is what we're on our 34th game. Karabek's in here. Karabek could get us in the lead for the first time, and he skies it. Oh, Adam Karabek. Oh, my word. AC Milan currently playing. They're currently 0-0, so as it stands, actually, we don't drop any points whatsoever, but we would very much like to make sure that we gain a lead if they're going to have an advantage. And Dragowski just has ignored that completely. Oh, boys. This is a mid-table team. They're 12th. Before this game, they were 12th. And all of a sudden, 8 points goes to 7. If things stay as they are. And that's assuming Brescia hold AC Milan to a draw. Right. We need to do something. Slight change in what we're doing. It's a bit risky. It's a bit of a gamble. But I believe in the players. And we haven't done 2 strikers for a while on this save. We haven't done 2 strikers in a while in general. But every now and then, it is the right thing to do. It is a bit risky. But sometimes you need to take a gamble. Right, Rooney Bargi, looking for options. Gets to Soppy, into Karabek. Karabek now. Into Esposito, who drops deep. Looking for Rooney Bargi. Rooney Bargi. That was a real chance. A real chance. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. We're going to up our pace as well. Put the tempo up. And we start with a throw into them. I've got a horrible feeling we're losing this game. I've got a horrible feeling we're losing this game. We just cannot deal with their 2 strikers. But Soppy's done really well there. Gets to Rooney Bargi. And now would be a great time to launch counter-attack. We've got 2 good strikers up front. Rooney can find one of them. He finds Jose Maria. If he can hold it up for Dolberg. Oh, God. And Johannesson. If we hadn't changed Johannesson's position, he would have been there. That's a real frustration on my part, because we put him there for a bit more defensive security. But if we hadn't have done, we'd have had him as an option. But Jose Maria's there, and we might have just snatched an equaliser. We might have just snatched an equaliser. I've got no words. What a game. What an absolute game. We thought we'd missed the opportunity, but Johannesson is the man who provides the assist to Jose Maria. We thought it was Jose Maria who had missed the pass to Johannesson. And AC Milan are still drawing. And we're going to carry on because we've just got the goal. If we can continue this momentum, we might be able to get one more goal. But giving away possession like that isn't going to help. Right, Del Prato, Baldinelli. Let's just get the ball off of them, boys. Let's do it again. Right, Soppy gets the ball. Mukiele driving forward out of the defence. Gets to Fontan. Fontan. He's going to go for Johannesson. He doesn't at the moment, but Johannesson is with him. Gets to Johannesson finally. Johannesson now going to drive to the touchline. Looking to whip it in. Gets it to Dolberg. Karabek's there. And Karabek, yet again, has put it wide. I'm firing the team up. Come on, lads. Let's just push on. One more chance is what we need. Right, Monchu into Karabek. Karabek to Soppy. Whips in. Looking for Jose Maria. We've done it. The comeback is complete. We have been behind so many times in this game. Is that the first time that we've gone ahead? I can't remember whether we went 2-1 ahead or not. But Jose Maria has come off the bench and changed the game for us, like all good Wonder Kids should. Just to confirm, 1-0 down, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, not even 4-2, 3-3, 4-3. I can't even remember what the score was. I'm so frazzled by how ridiculous this game has been. Right, we're just going to return things to kind of as they were, I think, because, you know, we don't really want to give them any space if we can help it. Okay, we've changed things up a little bit. We've gone back to more what we normally do, but the way that we're playing is very different as well. We just want to make sure that when we get the ball, we're holding on to it, really. We're still on attacking. I don't want to drop things completely, but this is a huge opportunity. Brescia were beating AC Milan. AC Milan now lead AC Milan. AC Milan were then drawing again. So it's going to be interesting to see what's happened. But somehow, some way, we've come through that with 3 points. We're going to say that one because that was woeful. I'm not happy with the defence. I'm not happy with the midfield. I'm not happy with Esposito. He had a shocking game. That's the thing with Esposito. Every now and then he'll have games where he scores a hat-trick, and then he'll have games where he is absolutely terrible. It was a draw with Brescia and Milan. It is now a 10-point gap. How is it a 10-point gap? We've just won that game. It was an 8-point gap. Oh, yeah, because they've got a point. That's why. Right, 10 points between us and AC Milan going into the final few games. I mean, how ridiculous. How utterly ridiculous. And it's this man is the reason that we managed to win that. Jose Maria coming off the bench, getting the job done for us. Wow. And as a result of that, as we've just seen, there's a 10-point gap. And we are in the driver's seat. Esposito is on 30 goals. He's still the best player in the league. And we have 4 games left to go. Right, AC Milan. I've already looked at this, but if we compare our schedules, they have Juventus, us, Sassuolo, and Udinese. If you have a look at ours, we have got Roma, Milan, Juventus, and Sassuolo. I would argue we have got the worst. I don't know. It's probably very similar runnings, but Udinese, I think, are having a terrible season. So I don't think necessarily it's very comparable. Udinese are doing 8th, actually. Maybe not. We've got very comparable ends to the season, let's put it like that. So, I don't really know what to do in the next episode because there's a 10-point gap. If we win the next game, I think I'm right in saying that we win the title. Okay, here's what we're going to do. As it stands, I do believe that if we win the Roma game, we are champions of Serie A. So we're going to come back for that one. So we're going to skip the original plan. What we will then do, if we do not win the Roma game, we will then go to the AC Milan game and play that one. If we win the AC Milan game, I believe we'll win the title outright because AC Milan will then drop 3 points as well as us winning 3 points. And if the title is still not settled at that point, we'll go to Juventus and we'll try to do that, and then we'll go to Sassuolo. If we win the title in the Roma game, I will play through the last 3 games of the season and I will show you highlights of those games as well. So I will record them still. And we'll do it that way. And then the final episode of this series and this series and the season will be a season review and a series review as well. But that is going to do it for today. And I'm glad because I'm absolutely knackered after that final game. My word, what a ridiculous football match that was. I think I need to go and lie down. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well so you don't miss any ridiculousness like you've just seen in the Empoli game from yours truly. I've been Stubo, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you guys in the final episode of the series. It's not even the final episode, it's the second to last episode, but the final episode that isn't a review. That's kind of what I was getting at. I'm going to stop talking now. I'll see you next time. Cheers.